Hey guys, my name is Adam, your friendly Sasquatch, and today we are reviewing NiteCore's HA11. This is a 240 lumens, single AA battery, lightweight headlamp. And today we are reviewing NiteCore's HA11. This is a 240 lumens, single AA battery, lightweight headlamp. This is actually a really nice size for camping, inside a tent, doing some work on the car, something like that. It's something that's nice and lightweight, that's very portable, and going to throw off a lot of light when you need it. Let's go ahead and unbox this thing and see what you get when you order one of these. Taking a quick look at what you get in the box, you have the headlamp itself with the shock cord pre-installed. The AA battery is included, which is really nice because whenever you order an electronic device, there's nothing worse than opening it up and realizing you don't have the batteries and you have to run to the store. So the AA battery is included. It's wrapped in shrink wrap, so you'll need to unwrap that. There's an optional clip that you can use instead of the headband. And finally, you have the warranty card and instructions, which you won't need because you're watching this video. You'll know everything there is to know about this headlamp. Okay, so let's take a quicker look at the HA11 size and weight. It is 2.242 inches long, 1.14 inches tall, and 1.43 inches deep. And that's just the depth of the light, not including the shock cord. The shock cord looks to be plenty big. It fits completely over my head, no problem. And you have the adjustability of the clasp in the back there. So pretty well thought out design. Very happy with everything about the size and weight of this particular headlamp. Super lightweight too, weighing in only at 1.27 ounces with the AA battery included. So just a really nice, compact, lightweight headlamp, and with 240 lumens, pretty solid performer. At first glance, the headlamp seems very well made. It's plastic body construction, but it feels very durable. And I'm noticing there's texture on various points of the headlamp where you would naturally want to grip it, such as the sides or where the power and mode buttons are. Inserting the battery works just like any other electronic device you have. Just throw it in there, and then securely close the headlamp, and you're ready to go. As far as the overall features of this light, we kind of touched on some of it earlier, but let's just quickly run through them. It is a 240 lumens headlamp that takes one AA battery. Is IP66 rated, which means it's splash proof. You know, you can get caught in the rain, stuff like that, but you would not want to go diving or submerge this light for extended periods of time. You may damage the insides. And just like all of NiteCore's product, it is guaranteed to be drop tested over 1 meter. We'll go into the functions of the light in just a minute. In the high mode, it's 240 lumens, which will run for 4 hours. In low mode, it's 60 lumens, which will run for 10 hours. And then in the ultra low mode, it's 6 lumens, which will run for 40 hours, which is a super solid runtime. You also have SOS and beacon mode, which we'll show you how to get into in just a minute. And the red light on this particular light is 5 lumens and will run for 10 hours. And I really like the red mode because when you're working at night and stuff, you don't always want to blow your night vision, especially if you're hiking or something like that. You can conserve a lot of energy if you don't need to use the light all the time. If you're running off moonlight, or you're able to use the light in a lower lumens mode. So if you need to read a map or something, that red light is really helpful to preserve your night vision. Also, it doesn't attract a lot of attention to you. If you're hunting or something like that, animals will have a little more trouble seeing the red light versus a white light. As far as adjustability goes, you have several options. First is when the headlamp is mounted to your head. You can adjust it down in increments of about, 15 degrees or so, all the way down to the completely down configuration. Now, when you want to tilt the light up, it will point straight out. Or if you really need to look at the ceiling of something, like you're working in a cave or working on a painting or something like that, you just put the headlamp on upside down, and then the headlamp will point up. So pretty intuitive as far as the directional pointing. And then I really like the shock cord here. It's super lightweight, it's not super heavy. It's gonna work good for kind of tying around your head, of course, but also onto packs or dangling from a piece of work equipment, something like that. So I like the flexibility that this shock cord gives you. It does have kind of a phosphorescent glow-in-the-dark element to it, so if you leave it out in the sun, at night it will glow in the dark just a little bit, and it's ultra reflective. So I like the shock cord. You could replace it with your own paracord, something like that, but what NiteCore provides is perfectly suitable. Now, one of the reasons I want to pick this headlamp up over some of the other options out there is this clip. And now a clip seems like a relatively simple thing. A lot of lights come with clips, but for headlamps it's particularly useful. First, you can put this on your ball cap, something like that, or if you have a hard hat, you can use this to attach it to the cap that you take on and off frequently, so that's nice. But what I really want to use this clip for is attaching it to my bag. On the back of the backpack, which is great if you're riding your bike or walking on the side of the road at night, you want to be visible. You have the blinking red light in here, which we'll get into shortly. But also on the front of your backpack, you have the webbing on the strap of your bag. And that's how I plan to use this particular clip. I'm gonna clip it to the front of my backpack, and then the headlamp will be right on my shoulder and it will be pointing at whatever my torso is looking at. So very convenient. To use the clip, all you have to do is you pop these pieces of cord off. Super easy to do. And then to install the clip, you'll see in the back of the light there's a hole. Just line the peg up with the hole and snap it into place, like that. Now you have a fully rotatable clip that's also flexible for up and down. So again, like I said, I plan on putting this clip on my backpack, specifically the front shoulder strap. That way I have a forward-facing light for when I'm hiking or walking on the side of the road, something like that. It keeps my hands free for doing other things. As far as functionality, the light is pretty simple to operate. The power button is on the right-hand side, the mode button is on the left-hand side. To turn on, press and hold the power button for 2 seconds. It comes on into the 60 lumens mode. To turn it into the bright mode, press the power button again, and now you're in the 240 lumens mode. To turn off, hold the power button down, the light will turn off. To get into the ultra low mode, double press the power button and you'll come on in the 6 lumens mode, which is the mode that will run for 40 hours. Pretty simple. To turn off, hold down the power button. In order to get into the red light mode, press and hold the mode button and the red light mode will come on. That's it for the standard function. Now let's go into the special functions. To get into the SOS mode, double press the mode button and you'll see the light is now in SOS mode. To get into the beacon mode, just press the power button quickly and the light will go into the beacon mode, quickly blinking every 3 to 4 seconds or so. The light for both the SOS and beacon mode are the full 240 lumens. To turn the light off, just press and hold the power button. Now when you're in the red mode, just quickly press the power button and you'll see that the red light is in the flashing or beacon mode. And then when you press the power button again, the red light turns into its solid state mode again. To switch between the red and white lights while the light is on, just quickly press the mode buttons and it will switch between the two. Now the final mode on this particular light is the lockout mode, and that's if you want to transport the light or put it in long-term storage so it doesn't die. You just press and hold both the power and mode button. You'll see the triple blink, letting you know the light has been locked out. If you try to turn the light on by pressing the power button, you'll see a quick flash letting you know that the light is in lockout mode. To come out of lockout mode, just press and hold the mode and power button again, and then the light will come on, letting you know it's ready for use. One final thing I want to note about this light is it's really hard to inadvertently turn on. If I just quickly press the power button or quickly press the mode button, the accidental press isn't going to turn the light on. It's pretty resilient to bumps. If you're bumping your head into the ceiling or something like that when you're working in an attic, your light's not going to accidentally turn off on you or something like that. You have to really press and hold the button for a second before the light will activate. So I really like that. Also, the top buttons are easy to feel. They're kind of a rubberized texture, in contrast to the smooth plastic body around it, but it's not hard to find the button if you have gloves or something like that on. It really kind of grabs the tip of your fingers. So again, that's what I like about NiteCore. They've made a lot of flashlights over the years. They just know what works. All right guys, that's the size and weight, the features, and the functionality of this particular headlamp. Let's go ahead and strap this thing on and take it outside so you can see just how bright it is and what it looks like in a nighttime environment. Okay, we are in the testing area, aka my backyard. And we're going to go ahead and turn on the HA11 headlamp. Okay, as you can see, I have the medium light on, and it's not super bright, but if I look straight down, you can easily see the ground right in front of me. You can see the fence right next to me as I point my head around, and it works pretty good as a general area light. If I put my hand right in front of me, it's plenty bright. So working on the car, in the workshop, something like that, this is going to be plenty bright for most use case scenarios. Okay, let's go ahead and bump it up to the high setting, which is 240 lumens. And as you can see, it is much, much brighter, really illuminating the entire area quite well. And again, this is a floodier beam. It's not a really tight, concentrated beam because it is a headlamp. It's meant to be kind of an area light to give you hands-free access. So let's go ahead and walk around here so you can kind of see how it looks as we just kind of move around the yard. And right now I'm kind of noticing the headlamp is kind of a little high, so I can just tilt it down, and that way I can hold my head in a more natural position. And the light is shining right where I'm looking at for the distance. So again, pretty nice little headlamp, super lightweight. It doesn't feel very heavy on my head at all. Unlike a brick or something, it doesn't feel like it's bouncing or anything like that. It's just very securely attached to my head, and it's super convenient. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit the mode button real quick. And this gets the red light, and as you can see, it's actually very usable. And even for kind of an area light, even though it's only 6 lumens, it's actually working pretty good. And for arm's reach, if you're reading the map or something like that, it's going to be plenty bright. All right, that's it for the outside testing. Let's head back inside. Okay, so that's my quick and dirty overview of the NiteCore HA11 headlamp. And I think this is a great headlamp. It's nice and lightweight, uses a simple AA battery, and it's very simple to operate. There's not a lot to get mixed up with, and it just simply works. Really like the lightweight shock cord. The kind of phosphorus or super reflective material in the shock cord is really nice. It's fully adjustable, and I think the included pocket clip is going to give you a lot of flexibility with the use cases that you can implement this light for. I hope you enjoyed this video review. If you found it helpful, hit the like button below. And don't forget to hit the subscribe and bell icon so you're the first to be notified when I release new videos just like this one. Cheers!